Today's retail landscape makes it all too easy to overspend. With online shopping, flexible return policies, and various payment options, it's easy to forget your spending limits. Nearly 90% of Americans admit to engaging in impulsive spending, and over half report making impulsive purchases on items that cost $100 or more. By being mindful of your spending habits, you can keep your budget in check and avoid impulse purchases. This video will teach you the best frugal living habits to help you cut your overspending by 90%. These habits are easy to implement and will significantly impact your overall budget. So if you want to save money, watch this video until the end. 1. Work out what it costs in work time. When cutting down on overspending, it's essential to closely examine your budget and determine where your money is going. This can be a difficult and time-consuming task, but it's vital to be aware of your spending patterns to make changes. Once you know where your money is going, you can start to work out how much it costs in work time to make changes. For example, if you're spending $50 a week on unnecessary groceries, that's $200 a month or $2,400 a year. On the other hand, if you make $15 an hour, you're spending approximately 160 hours a year, or 4 40-hour work weeks, on groceries you don't need. Making small changes in your spending habits can significantly impact your budget, and it's essential to figure out the actual cost of those changes to make the best financial decisions. 2. Avoid the urge to splurge. If you want to avoid spending money, it's best to stay away from places where you might be tempted to buy things. That means, if you can help it, don't go to the store. And if you like to do your shopping online, it might be a good idea to stay off your electronic devices altogether. If you enjoy shopping in your free time, try and find another activity to replace it. Keeping yourself busy will help to prevent you from being tempted to spend money. 3. Create a simple spreadsheet. There are a few key ways to cut down on overspending, and one of the most effective is to create a simple spreadsheet. This will help you keep track of your spending and budget more effectively. To create a spreadsheet, open a new document in Excel or another spreadsheet program. List your income and expenses in separate columns. Include all regular payments, such as rent, food, and transportation costs. Once you have your income and expenses listed, you can start to see where you may be overspending. For example, you may want to cut back on nights out if you spend more on entertainment than rent. We have you covered if you like to write things down on paper. Just click the link in the description and get our favorite budget tracker. Creating a spreadsheet is a simple way to get a better handle on your finances and start saving money. 4. Create a list of expenses that aren't necessities. Once you've created your budget and know where you're overspending, create a list of costs that aren't necessities. For example, if you drink coffee daily at work and spend $20 weekly on coffee, consider cutting that expense. You're not alone if you spend more money than you'd like. In fact, according to a study by CNBC, 66% of Americans are in debt. If we can start to be more mindful of our spending and cut down on non-necessities, you can save a lot of money. It may be challenging at first, but it will be worth it in the long run. 5. Declare no-spend days. If you find that you're spending more money than you'd like, one way to cut down on your spending is to declare no-spend days. These days, you don't spend any money, no matter what. This can be a challenge, but it can also be a great way to save money. There are a few different ways to approach no-spend days. One way is to pick one day a week when you don't spend any money. Another way is to choose a few days each month. Or you could even do a no-spend challenge where you don't spend any money for a certain period of time, like a week or a month. No matter how you approach it, the key is to be mindful of your spending on these days. Pay attention to what you're spending your money on and see if there are any areas where you can cut back. You may be surprised at how much money you can save by declaring no-spend days. 6. Join rewards programs. There's no doubt that rewards programs can be helpful when it comes to cutting down on overspending. After all, who doesn't love getting a little something back for their loyalty? However, it's important to be aware of the potential pitfalls of rewards programs before signing up for one. For example, some rewards programs may require you to spend a certain amount of money before you can start earning rewards, or they may have blackout dates for redeeming rewards. Additionally, rewards programs may be tiered, meaning that the more you spend, the more rewards you'll earn, which could inadvertently lead to increased spending. To avoid these potential problems, it's important to do your research and choose a rewards program that aligns with your spending goals. 7. Find cheaper alternatives to the things you normally buy. There are many ways to cut down on overspending, and one of the best ways is to find cheaper alternatives to the things you normally buy. For example, you can buy cheaper clothes from mass-market retailers instead of buying expensive designer clothes. Instead of buying gourmet food, you can buy cheaper food from the grocery store. There are a few reasons why you should consider buying generic or store brand versions of the products you buy. For one, they are usually cheaper than the name brand versions. This can be a great way to save money, especially if you're on a budget. Additionally, generic or store brand products are often just as good as the name brand versions, so you don't have to sacrifice quality in order to save money. Finally, buying generic or store brand products supports local businesses and the economy, which is always a good thing. And instead of buying expensive electronics, you can buy cheaper electronics from online retailers. By finding more affordable alternatives to the things you usually buy, you can easily save a lot of money and cut down on overspending. 8. Unstore your credit card information. If you're like many people, you may find that you spend more money than you'd like to when you have your credit card information stored in your favorite online shopping sites. To help curb your spending, consider unstoring your credit card information from these sites. This way, you'll have to enter your credit card number and other information each time you make a purchase, which may make you think twice about whether you really need that item. Additionally, you can delete your stored credit card information from your computer or mobile device to make it even more difficult to access. Finally, if you're still spending too much money, consider using a prepaid debit card instead of a credit card, which can help you stay within your budget. 9. Keep a list of your debts or savings targets in your wallet. A physical reminder of your financial goals will help you stay on track when you are tempted to make impulse purchases. Plus, it can be a helpful motivator to see your progress over time as you cross items off of your list. You can have a physical piece of paper or something to cross off, although that's the most literal way. You can also use a notebook on your phone. It's essential to take note of your goals and have a plan of action to reach them. 10. Start thinking about your credit card as a debit card. If you're tired of overspending and getting into debt, it's time to start thinking of your credit card as a debt card. By using your credit card to pay for only the things you can afford and by making sure to pay off your balance in full each month, you can avoid getting into debt and keep your finances healthy. Of course, you can still keep all the advantages of credit cards, like rewards and points. Just be sure to use your credit card wisely, and you'll be able to enjoy all the benefits without getting into debt. If you want to get even more tips on frugal living from the one and only Warren Buffett, in that case, we highly recommend watching the video below where we share with you 15 frugal living habits that you need to start incorporating into your life today. This video is packed with information and will help you save thousands of dollars annually.